They were just acquaintances in high school. One, the queer Ivy League son of a practicing Jewish family. The other, a community college dropout with a penchant for right-wing memes. During a holiday break, when 19-year-old Blaze Bernstein matched and began flirting with 20-year-old Samuel Woodward on Tinder, Blaze thought he was helping a confused former classmate who was grappling with sexuality. Instead,
let's be clear, this was a hate crime. Sam Woodward ended my son's life because my son was Jewish and gay. He wanted to be the big man.
The big man in an online group of neo-Nazis that Sam Woodward was hoping to impress by killing Blaze Bernstein. In this new interview with True Crime News, Blaze's mother Jeannie says Woodward himself is not the only one to blame.
The way that I saw the defendant was just as a very sick human that was born this way. If you raise a sociopath in your home and don't monitor them closely, then eventually they will bite someone.
Blaze was pinpointed because of his religion and or his sexuality. Quite frankly, he died as a result of that.
That made him a double target for Woodward and his online group. Woodward lured the well-liked Blaze to a public park in Orange County under a guise of friendship, all the while bragging online that he was going to commit an act of violence.
He snapped this photo of what appears to be a hand drawing on a napkin that says, "Text is boring, but murder isn't." And it has the knife dripping with blood and the skull. The defendant brought a folding knife, his mask, a shovel, and a sleeping bag, and picked up Blaze Bernstein.
And when alone, Woodward stabbed Bernstein 28 times in the face and neck.
To die as the blood drains from horrendous, painful knife wounds. And eventually your heart stops while knowing you were 3 days away from returning to school and a life you love. Knowing how this would affect your family and friends. This is the vision that I see when I think of his final moments.
Days later, while police are searching for Blaze, Woodward reportedly messaged a friend and said, "Hey man, life is good." It would take 10 days for police to discover what happened to Blaze, his father saying his son did not go quietly.
I learned in the trial that the wounds on Woodward were assigned to me that Blaze struggled to fight to his last breath. And those nails dug in his arm, the knife wounds cut his knuckles, and have scars for all of us to bear witness from the most dark and tragic days in the lives of my family. The Blaze's friends.
The defense argued the killing had nothing to do with premeditation, anti-Semitism, or homophobia, but that Woodward was afraid from his own homophobic father's reaction to their flirtation. Faced with a mountain of evidence, traces of Blaze's blood on Woodward's knife, and digital evidence connecting Woodward and Blaze.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Samuel Woodward, guilty of the crime of first-degree murder.
Woodward will now spend life behind bars without the possibility of parole.
Everything that God made in this world is perfect just the way that it is. But this was a sociopath, and it was designed to do this. So I don't hate for that reason.
Blaze's mom also says she refuses to let the same hate that consumed Samuel Woodward consume her.
I don't waste time on things like that because there's just too much good that can be done in this world.
Instead, Jeannie and the rest of Blaze's family have put their efforts into running Blaze It Forward, an organization aimed at encouraging charitable action in Blaze's name.
When we were first looking for Blaze, we created a public Facebook group that took in tips and all of that good stuff as we were trying to figure out what happened to our son. When we found out what really had happened, we turned that public Facebook group into Blaze It Forward because people were asking us, what can we do to help you? Well, how can we make this better? And that's how Blaze It Forward was born. We just started to tell people, if you want to do something to make us happy, do something in honor of Blaze. Blaze It Forward.
Jeannie says encouraging people to repair the world is exactly the kind of legacy Blaze would have wanted.
Blaze was a caring person. He cared about humanity. He wanted to make this world better. I want to make sure that his memory always is thought of with that kindness that he shared with the world.